You won't believe what Tia told me, Officer Ricky. I said, Officer Roachy. Make it hot, y'all. Man, so Lamont Roach is prepared to sue Gervonta Davis. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I wish I didn't need to make this video, but I got to make this video. I didn't want to have to do this, but y'all made me. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis just put out a tweet, and I made a full-length video about it, and he has suggested that Lamont Roach is trying to sue him for going and fighting Jake Paul instead of him. Wow. The game is definitely different. Now, Lamont Roach seen this and he responded back, but he did not respond back and say that Tank Davis was lying, that he was trying to pursue legal action. To me, this is a horrible, horrible look for Lamont Roach. And it's like he's overstayed his welcome, y'all, because I get it. You feel you won the fight, but now you're just doing too much. Now you're just being a nuisance. You didn't win the fight. The ref didn't score the knockdown, and you're making your whole life about another man. That's crazy. And here's the thing. Lamont Roach, he be talking spicy, and he was saying that he got a ton of options, like endless options, and he ain't really worried, and he's moving on. I made videos about it, right? Made videos about it. Lamont Roach said, I'm moving on. I got plenty of options. I don't have to rely on Tank. The world is my oyster. So why would you be suing Tank Davis? And this is crazy, bro. You got pro boxers suing people. Back in the day when I first started watching boxing, when I was a kid, Mike Tyson was running up on Mitch Green in the streets because they had a problem, and he punched him in his eye. That's how boxers used to conduct themselves. And I'm not condoning that. I'm just telling you it was real. Or Marco Antonio Barrera, the babyface assassin, Eric Morales. They were both repping Mexico, different parts, did not get along, and they were repping for their side. They started throwing punches at the press conference. Lennox Lewis, Hasim Rahman, same thing. They tore up the ESPN studio. Boxing has come a long way, not in a good way, because now you got Devin Haney, and he's suing Ryan Garcia, or at least at a point in time he was suing Ryan Garcia because he popped dirty. Now Devin Haney is suing his baby mama that everybody told him, I don't know if you should have a baby or marry her, because she put out that tape, or not she, but that tape came out of Young Thug and she was confessing her love to him. Devin ignored everybody and did it anyway, and then had a baby by her. Months after the baby's born, is trouble in paradise, and she's filing restraining orders saying Devin touched her while she was pregnant and DV'd her, and now Devin's suing for emotional distress and extortion. Is ugly. And then you got Lamont Roach. He's trying to join Haney and Roach law firm, because when he felt wronged, he went to the commission in New York State Athletic Commission, and lodged a formal complaint, just like Devin Haney did to the New York State Commission, might I add, right? Lodged a formal complaint saying he was wrong, this is unjust, and they both wanted their unfortunate fights or whatever to be turned into a victory, a win, and then was bragging about it and felt they had a good chance of winning. I mean, Why would you go through these motions if you know you're going to lose? Like, come on. That's like going to a job interview and you know you're not qualified and you're not going to get it, and you got to drive 30 miles to go to this job interview and you know you're not going to get the job. I mean, who's just doing that? Getting dressed up, suit and tie. You got your Kirk Franklin shoes on for a job you know they would never hire you because you got felonies or whatever and no high school diploma. Like, come on, bro. Who's doing that? So these guys obviously felt they had a strong and compelling case that would win in front of the commission or even in court because they're doing lawsuits. And to me, it's just like the game looks weird right now. The game looks truly weird. Lamont Roach is like, there's rumors he might fight Gabe Flores. Now, Gabe Flores is a friend of the channel. Him and his pops, shout out to them. If that's the fight, so be it. But that looks like one of the options. But here's the thing. Gabe Flores, he's been doing his thing in Stockton, having like, local shows and whatnot. But Carmel Moulton called you out, and he's a big name, even though he doesn't have the resume. He's young, right? And Floyd even took to his social media and said, yo, I'll make the fight even if I have to put the money up. Lamont Roach then calls out Floyd Mayweather and pretty much tries to little boy Carmel Moulton. So you can fight Gabe Flores Jr., but you can't fight Carmel Moulton. Or let's switch gears to Gary Russell. So Carmel's too young, and then Gary Russell's too old. He already broke his inactivity, and he looked good. So Lamont Roach is calling out Floyd Mayweather, knowing that's never going to happen, denying Gary Russell, even though he's a vet and a very good fighter, denying Carmel Moulton, saying he don't have the stripes or accolades and he's not ready. But then you can fight Gabe Flores, according to a lot of the recent reports. And then on top of that, Tank moves on. You act like, actually, you said you were moving on before Tank announced he was fighting Jake Paul, and you act like you had a ton of options. Now come to find out, you're suing him according to Tank. And your moving on consists of a lawsuit? Man, this is a terrible look, bro. I don't care who you are. And the funny thing is, I predicted this in my videos. I said Lamont Roach is starting to do a lot. And the Tank haters, the usual suspects, they got mad at me and said, oh, man, Ego, you're defending Tank and why? And Lamont Roach has every right to act like this. This is why I love my channel and I love being an online creator, because everything I said is going to be a judgment day, and then we gonna hold me to what I said. So now I don't look so stupid. But meanwhile, the people who said Lamont Roach, the way he's acting makes perfect sense, and Tank and Tank ducked him. Bro, Tank is going to make $100 million plus to fight Jake Paul. Nobody's worried about Lamont Roach. He can wait. And that's exactly what happened. And I try to tell y'all that. And Lamont Roach made his own bed. He was dissing Tank and kept talking trash and stuff. What'd you think was going to happen? So a lawsuit after complaining to the commission, and we found out he complained to the amateur commission as amateurs. I think he felt he beat Tank. So this man has had some kind of disdain for Tank for quite some time. And Tank, being a superstar, he didn't look at it the same, but the person underneath you is looking at it. They want your spot. So for me, this is a bad look for Lamont Roach all the way around, from the lawsuits to the complaining to the streaming, and then only talking about Tank. Like, talk about something else. Talk about your rap career or your next fight. Why is your whole life revolving around Tank? And then you're shooting down big fights, and then the rumor is you're fighting Gabe Flores Jr. Bro, get him out of here.